It should be the happiest day of a man's life.
Even if the bride is already dead.
But there's always that one relative who could bugger up everything.
It's alive! It's alive! It's alive!
This is One from the Vaults.
Welcome to our finale film discussion about a man who plays at being God.
Despite being well under the thumb with his missus.
Oi, I knew I'd find you here. Get out of this bastard shed and get mingling.
Right away, darling wife. Am I lucky or what?
What?
Well, it were a lovely wedding service, quite unique.
Oh yes, that registrar was very audible.
Bit odd that Rufus's vows were just the lyrics to Ebony and Ivory.
Yeah, and then a bridesmaid sang along. Do you reckon it was planned?
Well, there was certainly no harmony. Cousin Imp was just yelling the vowels.
Shame Doreen wore a backless dress when her skin's still so flaky.
Oh, don't go rubbing a crispy back in my face again. I've apologised enough.
We should probably just get on with the episode.
Ooh, sorry, boys. I thought this was the Portaloo. I have a terribly weak bladder.
No, this is my shed. Please do not relieve yourself in here, sir.
Ooh, what's all this then?
We're just recording a movie podcast, so if you don't mind...
Ah, the movies, eh? I used to work in film myself, you know.
Really?
Fascinating.
Yes, a long time ago. Now, 50 years at least.
Right. Better get on with it now, actually.
Roger Lambert. I'm Doreen's uncle.
Blimey, do her lot live forever or something?
For toilets, you need to go behind the oak trees, Roger.
Really? I can't see them.
That's because the trees are the toilets, Roger.
Oh, natural, is it? Reminds me of being a scout a long time ago now, 10 years at least.
Really?
Fascinating.
Here, that badge you've got on, lad. What is that? A trident?
Bye then, Roger. Have a good one.
Hey, ta.
Honestly.
Some people.
So, 53 years ago this very day, Anvil released one of its final flicks.
Uncle of the Bride of Frankenstein was the latest film in a long Frankenchise. Oh, actually, I think I might need to pay a visit myself.
I told you to tinkle before we started.
It's all the shandy. Just pay the tray while I'm gone.
Fine. And bring back the groom while you're at it.
You think this wise, master, after the last time?
Such is the scientific process of experimentation, Gregor. This time I shall have complete success. I must, else my beloved is lost forever.
Master, what is love?
There's no time for that now, idiot. Hand me the neck bolts.
From the masterminds of horror comes a masterpiece of horror.
She's alive! She's alive!
Frankenstein, a man obsessed with his own power.
I brought you back, my dear. Brought you back for good.
Frankenstein, his morals crushed by his own infatuations.
Who am I? Who am I? Who am I?
Frankenstein. What a creep.
Why am I wearing a wedding gown?
My nieces Anvil
may breathe once more, but her soul is forever lost. And if the soul be absent, what evil may possess her human form for wickedness?
Ew! I don't care if it is your wedding day. That's my hatchet. Oh, heck.
This time, Frankenstein has gone too far.
Frankenstein. He revives the corpse, but revokes their humanity. How can we stop him? We be but an unruly mob of village numpties.
You forget my befuddled friends. He has one weakness. Fire, and lots of it.
Nothing can stop our foul deeds, my beloved. Not now we are wed.
Don't be so certain, my blood-soaked bride.
The villagers are revolting, master. Torches to the left, croakers to the right, pitchforks in the rear.
Who dares disturb our murderous rampage?
Do you have an uncle by any chance?
Uncle of the Bride of Frankenstein. From Anvil Studios.
Where's he got to? I'll just do it myself, shall I? Throughout the 1960s, Anvil Studio had produced a number of hit films featuring the eponymous Dr. Victor von Frankenstein, beginning with 1961's The Formula of Frankenstein, followed a year later by Frankenstein in Frankfurt, and then the 1964 flop Frankenstein's Furry Fiends, before the fourth film, Frankenstein Goes Forth, found fame again in 1966.
Oh, there you are, son.
What is it, Mother? I'm busy.
Were you talking to yourself again? We've spoke about this.
Not now, Mother. I'm recording the podcast.
We're at a wedding.
No, there's a wedding happening at my series finale.
You could at least keep me company. I am your +1 after all. I don't even know these people. I'm stuck talking to Warren State about her wife's bulldog.
Yes, all right. I'll be out in a minute.
Hang on, come here. You've got a little something on your...
Mother, give over.
Hey, I'm back. Slipped away when Doreen's mother kicked off after I said I wasn't circumcised. They're wrestling her into the hearse now.
Odd choice for a wedding car.
Was she the lady who kept baring her teeth at everyone?
That's her. Thanks for coming, Mother Gillian, and cheers for them wedding favours.
Nothing better than a cloth bag of soft chomp mints after all that shandy.
You want to leave us to it now, Mother?
Don't forget to plug the business or your father will go spare. He gave you the best part of £12 in sponsorship.
Yeah, it was £7.
It's the least you can do.
Please go away.
Where are we up to, bad man?
Just stating this week's film is the 5th and final in the Frankenstein franchise.
Oh yeah. Why are we only talking about this one if there's 5 of these films?
Because this particular sequel has the most intriguing backstory. It's on all the forums.
Which forums?
All of them.
Ah, then it must be true.
In the film, Frankenstein's fiancée is flung from a fishing boat and drowns. So the doctor decides to bring her back to life, only she don't come back alone.
Like how Doreen always brings the girls back to her house after bingo.
More like her body is now the vessel for a demonic spirit.
Oh, snap. This film just got good.
Once revived, Frankenstein marries the girl, determined to live happy ever after.
Aww.
But then she begins to slaughter innocent people. Frankenstein fails to see that his bride is in fact a hell fiend.
Trouble in paradise, eh?
And there's loads of speculation that something similar was happening on the set of this movie. Some say the actress Vera de Lacy, who played the bride, was herself made the human vessel of some malign ethereal spirit.
Have you met Doreen's Uncle Roger? He's into spirits and all.
Listen, there's even footage of a scene that was cut from the final edit in which the bride's body is given over to the demon in a ritual performed by sinister figures in dark robes.
I see. And this is a dream you had, is it?
What? No, pay attention. The clip was actually leaked online recently. It was sewn into the corner sofa of a three-piece suite in the DFS Boxing Day sale.
Can we get those tightened? Is that all right, Vera?
I think so. Ow!
Good girl. I think we're ready for the take.
Quiet on set, please.
Gentlemen in position.
Rolling.
And action.
I don't understand, my love. Why must I be shackled so?
It is for the best, my dear. Nothing can go wrong.
The blood moon wanes, master. The brothers are come unto his awakening.
Let forth the seamen!
I don't understand. Who are these extras? This isn't in the script?
Still rolling.
What's going on? Sorry, can we cut?
Still rolling.
Spray the flesh with salty brine, tears of the earth.
Stop that. Ow! Stop!
We offer thee this human form. Embody the host and lead us forth.
Please. Please stop.
By the power of the Gloram, I summon up the lost souls of Malgor!
I am returned.
Gratus retro!
I am but the first way anchor.
It works! He's alive! He's alive!
Stop this! Leave her alone!
Right, unchain her, quick! Go!
You'll never get away with this!
Cut. I said cut. Cut.
Whoa, pretty scary stuff. They should have kept that in.
But it wasn't part of the original script. Frankenstein doesn't deliberately make his bride into a monster. It's totally incongruous.
Oh, speaking of incongers, I better get back to the dance floor.
Do you mean that old bit of carpet you've stuck over the Japanese knotweed?
Doreen said she liked to cut a rug when it comes to dancing.
Is that why you're carrying them scissors around?
One of the reasons.
Oh, here he is, the condemned man. Come on in, fellas.
Hold up. Who are these?
Oh, it's my +5, just some bloody legends from the FMO. Say hello.
Oh, hello.
God, I like them robes you got on, lads. I had something similar when I was pretending to be a ghost, but the wife wanted her bedsheets back. Typical.
So, this is where the magic happens.
We don't do magic anymore, that's for virgins.
The epicentre, the source, the hub of transmission.
It's just a shed.
And I'm in the middle of recording, actually, gents.
Oh, you're broadcasting now?
We've all been listening. Warren won't stop chunnering on about it.
Oh, cheers, lads. We thought nobody was tuning in.
Oh no, it's been fascinating. A trip down memory lane.
Some of us are old enough to remember watching Anvil in cinemas.
Scared us to death as kids, eh?
Shut myself.
Allow me to introduce you to my fellow shipheads. Seaman Willie Tweedale, Seaman Floppy Milkstone, Seaman Sausage Paddle, Seaman Chuck Dunster, Seaman Toto Tottington.
But you can call us Keith.
What? All of you?
Funnily enough, Yes, I'm a Keith. Seaman Tweedale's a Keith, as is Seaman Paddle.
Keith is actually my middle name, but I like to think I still count as a Keith. Keith.
And we all happen to be in the meat biz. Isn't that a coinky dink?
Oh, a dying trade is butchery.
Thanks to all these liberal grass munchers.
We've even set ourselves up as a pro-carnivore singing group.
A butcher shop quintet, if you will.
We're called Gammon, 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 Gamelion.
Even did a few local gigs.
Nobody came.
Hey, would you do us a few songs later on? We like a bit of a cappella.
It'd be our honour. We've all become big fans of yours.
Really?
Oh, aye! Which is why we wanted to surprise Seaman Sticky Grasp over here by officially inducting him into the FMO tonight.
You mean it? I'm getting ship-faced.
Weigh anchor.
Weigh anchor!
We're meant to be doing our series finale.
Sorry, boys. Clint's a bit highly strung.
Oh, we noticed. Right.
Tell you what, we'll get out your hair, do some vocal warm-ups, and make preparations for ritual.
Ritual?
Warren's induction. Not to worry yourselves about. Weigh anchor!
Weigh anchor!
Shut the door.
I'm proper chuffed for you, Warren.
Thanks, buddy. I finally found a group I really belong to.
I thought you liked belonging to the SS.
I reckon we should just say Cinema Society, to avoid confusion.
Good idea, Warren. Or should I say, Seaman?
It is rumoured that actress Vera de Lacy was under the influence of a demonic presence for the remainder of the film's shoot. Upon completion, the actress never acted again and instead went into local politics before vanishing altogether, sometime in the mid-70s. But what became of her?
Some suggest she turned to espionage and defected to Russia.
Others imply she formed a cult of drug-fuelled murderers.
And a few reckon she changed her name and became Prime Minister of Britain.
Sadly, we shall never know for sure.
I hope that's not the bridesmaids. Cousin Imp has been getting very handsy.
Oh, only me again, lads.
Piss in the trees, old man.
Well, if it isn't my new favourite uncle-in-law. Wagwan, Roger!
Oh, and also with you, Rufus. Oh, I'm just feeling, well, a touch uncomfortable.
Could be Cousin Imp. Her touch is like the stroke of bracken on corduroy.
Still doing a podcast?
Here, who are them chaps in the black robes?
They're mates of mine from the 4th Midshipmen's Order, the FMO.
F-M-O? That's an abbreviation I haven't heard in a long time.
Actually, it's an acronym.
Actually, it's an initialism.
That little badge, that trident, I've seen it all before. These FMO lads, they're not just a fraternity of boring men. They're insidious. Look how they've infiltrated this wedding, even covered the tables in their evil tridents.
Those are forks.
See how they've infiltrated this shed.
These are garden forks.
Oh, takes me back 52, 53 years, I'd say. Living in Acton, working in the studio, avoiding Mr. Beverley's affectionate bum pats. I was the best boy, see? Not in the film crew sense, more like producer's favourite.
Wait. What you said there? Acton? Studio? 53 years ago? Best boy? Of course! I just realised. It's time for the best man speech.
Eh?
Oh, Doreen, my love.
Where the fuck have you been?
Howdy, folks. time now for the speeches. I shan't be making any myself, as I'm not one for blowing my own trumpet. Would if I could, though, eh? Am I right? Am I right?
Get on with it, you cunt.
So, first things first, my best man, the late and great Otis Fuss.
This is ridiculous.
Shh.
Oi! You paid me to be your wedding date, not have me tits bored off chatting to that Gillian woman. Keeps offering me mints. I told her I've got a very reliable butcher already. He's over there. All right, Keith.
Warren, why did you invite the stripper from the stag party to the wedding?
I couldn't show up with just 5 blokes. People would think I was odd.
Cracking finger buffet, by the way. That crisp medley is a sensation.
Ah, yeah, the trick is to buy a variety multi-pack and empty them all in the same bowl.
Love fusion food, me. I had prawn cocktail and pickled onion in one mouthful.
Are you sure you don't want a mint?
Great. I just missed a classic zinger from Otis. Thanks for that.
I'll be with you in a bit, Shelley. I'm just feeling a bit funky at the moment.
Fine. You've only got me for 1 more hour. After that, it's another £5.
The hero of the film is the bride's uncle, Jericho, a wise old monk who attempts to exorcise the demon from his niece's reanimated body.
Are you still trying to do the podcast in the middle of Otis' speech? Clint, how could anything you're saying right now be so important or relevant to us?
Uncle Roger, when you say you worked at a film studio in West London 50 years ago, you wouldn't by any chance be talking about Anvil?
Anvil? Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
But you did work there?
Oh, yes, I saw things. Dark things. It was a dark time.
Less light pollution.
Will you be quiet? Show some respect. He's doing his best, man.
So you were there at Anvil Studios when all this madness was going on?
You have to remember, it was the mid-latter 60s. Them were crazy days. Maybe I'm misremembering all those mutilations and inexplicable drownings.
Is anybody else getting a bit warm?
Seriously, play a clip or something if you have to. Just shut the fudge up.
Welcome to the news at 10. The time is around 4:15, and here are the headlines. A fire broke out in the Acton area late last night at Anvil Film Studio. Earlier reports indicate the entire site was destroyed in the blaze, including the whole archive warehouse and costume department. It is still uncertain as to the cause, faulty wiring, deliberate arson, or an improperly discarded cigarette during one of Mr. Anvil's infamous boys-only rap parties. Whilst the investigation is still ongoing, Beverly Anvil himself remains missing.
Brilliant. Thanks, Otis. That was quite moving.
Now it's time for a wedding game of bingo.
Oh, I bloody love bingo.
Oh, phew. I'm back. Better get this wrapped up before they finish the bingo.
Yes, the classic mid-wedding bingo.
It's an old Irish quarrying family tradition.
Right.
Right, have we got to the bit where the angry villagers set fire to Castle Frankenstein?
Fire. Bad.
Warren?
Sorry, I think those horse oafs are repeating on me.
Listen, Rufus. Uncle Roger worked at Anvil. He is the perfect season finale guest.
Why do you think I invited him?
Because he's the bride's uncle?
Well, yeah.
How come you kids even know about Anvil?
Kids, I'm 38.
Well, that's what our whole podcast is about, Rog. We talk about their films, discuss the productions, even play clips and trailers from the movies.
Clips? Are you telling me there's still footage from those films?
Only bits and bobs and bloopers.
And you've been broadcasting these on your blobcast?
Like bride, like uncle, eh?
You've got to stop this now before those clips leave this shed.
We've already released 9 episodes.
Well, unrelease them.
I don't think that's how the internet works.
My will be done.
Unky Rog, do you remember the studio consultant, Malcolm Gordon?
Malcolm Gordon? Oh, that's a name I haven't heard
in a long time.
Since Tuesday. It was an answer on Eggheads.
It's funny, but his name does seem to come up a lot in our episodes.
Oh, he was an important fella. By the end, he was almost running the studio. Nothing got done without his say-so. Had everyone under his power. Except for Beverly Anvil himself, of course. I remember ranting about Mr. Gordon during one of my one-to-one costume fittings with him.
Costume fittings for crew members?
Only those he took a real shine to.
Well, what did he say?
Reckoned Malcolm Gordon was his human name. But he had another.
A non-human name? Like Bono?
Malgor.
Malgor.
A demon trapped in a corporeal form, bound by a mortal body.
And why would a demon want to work for a low-budget horror film studio?
The indigenous North Americans used to believe a camera could steal a part of a person's soul when capturing their image. But what if a soul wanted to be transferred into pictures? Their essence preserved forever in film.
Malcolm Gordon wasn't an actor, though. He just sort of
hovered about, appearing in the background of hundreds of scenes over the years. I thought Mr. Anvil was losing the plot, huffing scrag, tripping the light fandango. But now I think he may have been onto something.
Malcolm Gordon preserves himself in the films of Anvil in order to outlive his mortal body and one day return when those movies are played.
It all makes sense.
Does it?
Not really.
All I know is Mr. Beverly was ranting about Malgor 1 minute, and the next thing his entire archive is set ablaze and every copy of every film is gone. Or so we all thought. But you'd been sharing these snippets, clips, bits of flicks that ought never to have been played again, all from this shed.
You think by playing these clips, we've brought about the return of a demon?
Aye, the spirit manifesting itself in our reality once again.
Is there anything we can do to stop the Malgor?
Oh, I'm afraid that stopping demonic possession isn't really in my wheelhouse.
Well, what is in your wheelhouse?
Wheels, mostly.
Oi, you bag of cunts. Get my fucking husband out for our first chance.
Do you mean first dance?
No, chance. I love a chant, me. Your butcher mates are going to do it for us.
Coming!
Wait. What if the FMO are going to use Doreen as the vessel for the Malgor?
Like the bride in the film.
Oh, I doubt it. You'd need someone much weaker willed than Doreen for a proper possession. Someone a bit anemic who never gets out much.
Like a reclusive vegetarian.
Hurry the fuck up! They're forming a circle!
Wish me luck!
As if it wasn't bad enough, I lost bingo to my cousin Imp. Cheating bastard.
I'd best go take some snaps. Strictly speaking, I'm the wedding photographer.
We stay here, Clint. I'm actually feeling very faint.
Well, your eyes have got a funny shade of purple.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Well, not on the recording equipment, all right? If I get that lot back to Curry's by Tuesday, I can get a 50% refund. Or any microwave I want.
Come on now, 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 come on now.
My head, it feels like it's going to explode.
Well, it's no build me up Buttercup, but they're not that bad.
Please make them stop.
Vindictem filia orbis, vindictem.
Why does this all seem so familiar?
Get me out of the shed, I can't breathe.
Take the flesh
Look, that badge of yours, the gloram thingy, it's glowing.
Burns, help me, get it off!
The one day I don't wear my thermal gloves.
Get me out of here!
Right. For the benefit of listeners, Warren is unconscious and shaking, so I'm just dragging him outside now because the shed is rattling quite a bit, and the sky is very black and ominous. Oh, the blokes from the FMO are approaching. Oh, and Rufus is getting very amorous with Doreen. Great.
Spare the flesh.
Ow! Stop that. What are you flicking at him?
Brine soup. It were on the buffet table, nearest thing to seawater.
What have you done to him?
Bring him back unto the world. Vindictem mea orbis. We summon thee, Malgor.
Hello, boys.
Gratus retro.
Weigh
anchor.
I think I'm going to get going now, Warren. You've got me number. Ta-ra.
I am returned, and this night I bring the faithful back with me.
The faithful?
His followers, the deceased members of his 4th Midshipman's Order. He promised to bring them back to the world, and that's what he plans on doing.
And your bodies shall become their vessels.
An army of irrelevant dead men. I could think of nothing worse.
We can stop this, right? I mean, he must have a weakness.
Fire, and lots of it.
Oh, we can't set fire to Warren. Well, not unless it was the only option.
No, but we can burn down his shed.
Touch not the epicentre.
Torch not the transmission hub.
The place from which you played all these clips, which brought him back.
I really don't think that's how the internet works.
Kill the cynics.
We need help. Bridesmaids, coagula, oblongata, attack the butchers.
Rufus, stop necking your elderly wife and come and help us.
Do we have any matches?
I used the last of them setting fire to my farts. Drives Doreen wild.
Leave it to me. I was a scout. Cousin Imp, go fetch bark off them oak trees.
Oh, you'll have to climb higher for the dry stuff. I've wazzed all over the lower half.
The rapture begins. Give over your flesh. It is ours now.
We need some sort of kindling to get the fire going.
What about Doreen's back? Her skin's still very flaky.
That'll do. Get peeling. Now we need some lighter fluid or petrol.
I have a packet of extra strong breath strips here. 96% alcohol.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Mother.
Clint's mints are available at all major roadside food trucks.
Not now, Gillian.
Vindictem mea orbis.
We need something to get the spark going. Something. Anything hot.
Warren's Gloram badge. Oh, it's sizzling.
The metal is too hot for living human flesh.
But what about undead feline flesh?
Damien. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty.
I'll get this off of me.
Quick, Damien. Get the badge in the shed.
Do it for Daddy.
No! My power is diminished, but the flesh is still mine, and nothing can unfix me.
Oi, you. You ruined my bastard wedding.
Ow! Oh, what just happened?
I think the bride just punched a demon out of your body.
I love you, Doreen Midgley.
The fire. Goodbye, old friend.
Damien's fine. But look, he's right here.
No, I meant the shed. It's gone.
Hey, so are your so-called mates from that FMO. Oh, look at him run.
You've probably heard The Last of Us!
Does this mean the Malgor's gone again?
Well, he can't show up to a party when he's no body to go with. Eh?
Right.
And we couldn't have done it without you, Uncle Roger. Wait. Where did he go?
Oh, there he is, over by the piss trees.
Be with you in a minute, lads.
Yeah, take your time.
Oi, oi! Shall we get this bugger in the can then?
Not much left to say, really. Uncle of the Bride of Frankenstein apparently ends with a big fire, and Frankenstein is never seen again.
Much like Beverly Anvil himself, who vanished once his studio went up in smoke.
His wife Penelope claimed he emigrated to the French Riviera, but he never arrived at the Hotel Fermé, and remains to this day a missing man.
There are some who think he perished in that fire, which consumed his archives.
And others who believe he was abducted by alien slugs.
But we'll save that theory for another series, assuming we bother to do one.
Like so much surrounding Anvil, we rely on hearsay, their-say, and everywhere say.
And who can say what further twists we'll find in its tale?
Like a pig.
Just exactly like a pig.
But for now, bye-bye from all of us. I'm Clint.
I'm Warren.
I'm Rufus.
And I'm Doreen.
That's Cousin Imp.
There's Roger.
Cheerio.
I'm Clint's mother, Gillian.
And I'm Damien the cat.
And this has been...
One from the vaults.
From the vaults.
And I will be back. What did your cat say?
Nout.
One from the Vaults is a co-production between the Cinema Society and Medium Rare Productions. It was written and performed by Joel Heritage, Jacob Lovick and Jack Robertson, with additional performances by Vivian Almond, Rhiannon Atkins, Cassie Atkinson, Vita Fox, Hannah Fretwell, Ralph Jones, Donovan Mike, Lawrence Stanley and Dudley Sturmey, and edited by Jacob Lovick. The music is by Cyclone Marlowe. It is based on an original idea created with Chaz Redhead. You can follow us on @CinemaSociety on Twitter, email us on cinemasociety@gmail.com, and remember that cinema is always spelt with an S. And we will
be back.